I just want to give you a brief overview of some of the technological breakthroughs in creating the ultimate motion system. It starts with this system here, this little device here, which has an accelerometer, gyroscope, and a Bluetooth transmitter on it. Now we sourced the parts from scratch and designed this ourselves, and that means we were able to program it. So we were able to program it to register impact of the acceleration when a golfer hits the golf ball. The other thing that we've been able to do is been able to program it to accept a pressure sensor device. So in this one device, as well as managing or measuring the rotation and acceleration, it can also measure this guy here, which is the pressure sensors for the inner soles. And we'll talk about this a bit later about the applications for that. Now, the other thing that we did was we had to synchronize the times on all of these. So these are now synchronized within 20 milliseconds of each other, so they can all be compared to each other in the golf swing. The other thing that happened that makes this a very difficult project is the Bluetooth signal is not super reliable. So we had to set up a round robin process where now it's so reliable we can have up to 8 devices at any one point in time, and no one else is doing that in the market. And what I'm showing here is this. It's just a prototype. The production will look much nicer than this, but this is just one of our methods of attaching the devices to the golfer's body with the golfer's sleeve. So with this, we can compare the movement in all 3 parts of the body. So one of the biggest things that we measure in golf is how much and when the player bends their elbow. The pros typically have a very straight right arm. Amateurs typically break their arm or bend their arm. So we can measure that. That's the beauty of having these synced up to the millisecond, is that we can compare the rotation and movement of different body parts. When deciding our metrics, we basically have 3 rules. So rule number 1 is it's something that the pros do that the lower handicaps, or the higher handicaps, sorry, do not do. So that's the first thing. It has to be consistent. The second thing is it needs to be able to be measured. And the third thing is we need to be able to have an exercise where we can get across the idea of how to do it properly. So the concept there is you do the drill or the exercise, we measure it, and then we compare you to your swing. So the idea is that we take you away from the psychology of hitting the golf ball and to do the exercise, and then we can show you the deltas between that, doing it properly, and the golf swing. So what we're seeing between amateurs and the high handicappers is there's a drastic difference in how much they bend their elbow. So basically the pros, or the lower handicappers, come out, they're reaching out here, so they're getting leverage. So but the amateurs are sort of doing this sort of more glancing blow. So we measure this by the rotation of the right lower arm versus the right upper arm. And what we see in this example, and this is a comparison of two swings, one where it went beautifully straight and then one where it was pushed out to the right. And what you see at the top is that I'm actually bending my arm. So the rotation on my right upper arm, is higher than the rotation of my lower arm. So I'm not moving them together. I'm getting hunched up and then I'm just sort of pushing it out there. So one of the solutions to this particular problem of the rotation of the arms is to do the baseball drill. So starting in the upright position, just simply swinging backwards and through in the motion of a baseball swing, and then these stats from this swing, this baseball swing, can be compared to your real swing. Now I hope that video has given you an idea of the infrastructure that we've built over the last 4 years. We've overcome a lot of issues, and each issue is actually a barrier to entry to competition. Now what we've got now with this infrastructure is an incredible opportunity to really take over the golf coaching market, and even expand into other sports such as tennis, skiing, martial arts, dancing. There's no real limit actually. And the other interesting thing is that this idea of what Apple did many years ago, which is consolidating lots of different disparate technologies into one app, so the coaches don't have to buy these different apps and different devices, they get it all in one system. So we look forward to taking the next step with whoever wants to take the adventure with us with Ultimate Motion. Thank you.